Your solar panels and your batteries all produce direct current, a steady one-way flow. But your home and the grid run on alternating current, swinging back and forth 60 times a second. So, how do we bridge the two? That job belongs to a device called an inverter. It turns steady DC into a smooth AC wave by switching on and off thousands of times a second. And the way it shapes that wave is the heart of the story. So let's build an inverter up, step by step. First, a quick reminder of the difference. Direct current, or DC, is steady. It flows in one direction, at a constant level, like the output of a battery or a solar panel. Drawn on a graph, it's just a flat line. Alternating current, or AC, is completely different. It rises and falls, reverses direction, and repeats many times a second. Drawn out, it's a smooth sine wave. Our goal is to start with that flat DC line and somehow produce this back and forth sine. So, how can a steady voltage ever become a wave? Here's the key insight. We don't change the DC itself. We change how we connect it. Imagine a battery and a load with a switch that can flip the connection around, leave it one way, and current flows left to right. Flip it, and current flows right to left. If we keep flipping it back and forth, the load sees current that keeps reversing. That, in its simplest form, is alternating current. In a real inverter, that flipping is done by 4 electronic switches arranged in a shape we call an H-bridge. The load sits in the middle. Close the top left and bottom right switches, and current flows through the load one way. Open those. Close the other diagonal pair, and current flows the other way. By switching the two pairs on and off in turn, the inverter drives current first one way, then the other. The output is alternating, but right now it has a blocky, square shape. And that square wave is a problem. Real alternating current is a smooth sine. A square wave jumps instantly between full positive and full negative, with nothing in between. That sharp shape is rough on motors, and it's packed with harmonics, the unwanted extra frequencies we've looked at before. So a basic on-off switch isn't enough. We need a way to shape the output, so its average traces out a smooth, rounded sine instead of a hard square. The solution is a technique called pulse width modulation, or PWM. The idea sounds strange at first. Instead of holding the output on, we switch it on and off very rapidly, thousands of times a second. The trick is in how long each pulse stays on. Near the peak of the sine we want, we make the pulses wide, mostly on. Near the zero crossings, we make them narrow, mostly off. So even though the switch only ever outputs full on or full off, its average value, moment to moment, follows the shape of a sine wave. There's one step left. The output is still a stream of sharp pulses, even if their average is a sine. So we pass it through a simple filter made from an inductor and a capacitor. The inductor resists sudden changes in current, and the capacitor smooths the voltage. Together, they iron out the fast switching and let only the smooth underlying sine wave through. What comes out the other side is clean alternating current, ready to use. The switching approach gives us precise control. How fast we run the whole cycle sets the frequency, so we can dial in exactly 50 or 60 Hz, and the pattern of pulse widths sets the output voltage. Change that pattern, and the output changes instantly. This is exactly how a variable speed motor drive works. By changing the frequency the inverter produces, it can smoothly speed a motor up or slow it down, something a plain AC supply could never do. Now, if the inverter is feeding solar power into the grid, it has a harder job. It can't just push out any wave it likes. It has to match the grid perfectly, the same frequency and the same phase, lined up cycle for cycle. So, a grid tie inverter constantly measures the grid's voltage and locks its own output onto it. Then, it nudges its current slightly ahead, so power flows out into the network. If the grid goes down, it detects that and disconnects for safety. Once you know what an inverter does, you start seeing them everywhere. Every solar installation has one. Electric cars are built around a powerful inverter, turning battery DC into the alternating current their motors need, and controlling speed at the same time. Battery storage systems and backup power supplies rely on them. Even small device chargers use the same ideas. The modern electronic grid increasingly runs on inverters. So, to bring it together, an inverter turns steady DC into alternating current. It does it by switching. An H-bridge flips the connection back and forth. A raw square wave is too rough, so pulse width modulation shapes the pulses, and their average traces a sine. A filter smooths it into a clean wave. The switching pattern sets the frequency and the voltage, and a grid tie inverter locks onto the grid before pushing power out. Quietly, inverters power the modern world. Thanks for watching.